Now, who are we going to talk to today?
We have so many options.
We have so many options. It's like we need to...
Patrice, Patricia, Hina, Byakuya, and even Toko.
Hi. Welcome to CouchCapades. How are you? You have a great day?
Hopefully.
Did you kiss a sandwich? Don't ask. That's Rose. I'm John.
Well, now I'm curious.
About the sandwich?
Why would you kiss a sandwich?
Look, it was fourth date material. You didn't know what was going down, and you decided to go ahead and lean in. You didn't know how much tongue you needed to go about with this, but you went at it anyway. It was a little awkward, but the sandwich received and gave back, and you had a great time.
Let's go talk to Hina. How are you guys doing? I'm feeling awkward.
Hina
has a Band-Aid on her leg.
Oh, shit.
I never noticed.
I never noticed that either.
Hopefully she's good.
Oh, God. Hello.
Hi, Hina.
Hi, Patrice and Patricia.
Patrice, Patricia, Hina's belly button. They're all here. You guys are too slow. I think you're just too fast. So, what's this emergency? Well, after what happened in the girls' locker room, we left Tokoro in her room so she could lay down. After a while, we came back to check on her. You know, see how she was doing, try and be concerned friends, even though she doesn't want to be friends with anybody. And it kind of hurts my feelings, and it kind of hurts Patricia's feelings, but like, Patrice is kind of fine with it. But when we did come back to check on her, you good, John?
Well, first off, it's funny to me because I was like, all right, you're right. We needed to record an episode. And you're like, don't worry, it's all me. And I'm like, oh shit, no, it really is all you. I'm just along for the damn ride. But I'm reading along with you, and I think you said, you know, see, she's was doing. And I'm like, what?
You know, I probably did.
I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, that's what happens when you're reading aloud.
Oh, I know, trust me. I get it. I truly get it, yeah.
It was weird.
Like John's reading.
She refused to come out, and she kept saying all this weird stuff. Weird stuff. We should try talking to her ourselves. Yeah. Good idea.
Oh, damn. She's like, are you done?
Oh, God. Let's go talk with his navel. Hurry up and do it. I'm just saying.
I've been to the Moulin Rouge.
I may as well give it a shot. The door swung open, slowly and silently.
Jesus.
Holy crap. An aura of negativity flowed out from behind the door, forcing a gasp out of me. What? I don't know which voice to give her right now.
I mean, with her shaking, I'd go with the normal Toko voice.
What? Oh, nothing. It's just that Hina was really worried about you, pulling yourself up in your room. Leave me alone. Yeah, sure thing. But could you open up? Just for a second? And won't allow it. Huh? I won't let Genocide Jack have control!
Dum dum dum!
And just like that, she slammed the door in my face. What was that? She's been acting like that the whole time. When I rang a little while ago, she did the same thing. Oh, drive out the killer. Drive out the murderous fiend. So if you change some of the R's, would that be a murderous friend? Or would it be a Murdious friend.
I'll go with Murdious friend. That sounds fun.
Murdious friend?
That actually sounds kind of fun. I don't know what that means, but Murdious friend.
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense, right? Even though Mudderous friend sounds like it's somebody who likes to go mudding.
I would say it just plays around in mud.
Right? I was afraid to leave her in there alone, so I tried to bust down her door, but it felt like something was holding it shut on the other side. I couldn't even budge it.
I read that completely wrong, and I apologize.
Do I want to know?
No. I put an L in there somewhere in the word budge. I was like, whoa!
That makes more sense.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, hold up.
Toko was scared enough to even bar her door? Does she think the same as Byakuya? Does she think the serial killer genocide Jack really murdered Chihiro? Is that why Toko's so scared? Whatever it is, I'm really worried about her. Isn't there anyone who might be able to persuade her? He's right there.
Yeah, like just turn around.
He's right there.
It's that slow like.
He's right here.
He is right there.
He is right here. Hey, Byakuya, you think you could ask her to come out of her room? I mean, sure, whatever. Huh? You're gonna talk to her, Byakuya? Wow! I guess you can be nice when you want to. Byakuya stood in front of her door, not making a sound, and pressed the doorbell. After a few moments, leave me alone! You're all so annoying! Bacula!
What?
It's like Dracula, but it's Bacula.
I got that. It's like Scott Bakula?
It's Byakuya. Fred, I'm sorry I couldn't keep our promise. But don't worry. Never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again. And with that, the door slammed shut.
Promise.
Even Byakuya couldn't pull it off. There's nothing else we can do. Let's get back to the investigation. I'm bored.
That's like I give no shits right now.
I have more important, more interesting things to do. Hold on. Hey, Byakuya, what was Toko talking about just now? Something about a promise. What? Oh, I have no idea. And those are one of her delusions, I'm sure. But if I say I don't know, that means I don't know. Just let Ina take care of her. Oh. Yeah, okay. I'll stay here and keep an eye on her and won't be freaked out and...
Does anyone have a chair?
Does anyone have a donut?
Donut, a chair?
That would really make me feel better if I could just have a donut.
And then I'll just sit here, staring at the door.
Please?
Donut?
Well then, let's go.
Donut?
Without waiting for a reply, Byakuya sped away. Byakuya! And I hurried to catch up. Because Makoto can't
He's short
have
king,
his own...
short legs.
You know what? I was gonna say because he can't make up his own damn mind about where he wants to be.
That's also very, very true.
I tried to talk to him several times as we walked, but he didn't even look back, let alone say anything. He just kept on walking towards his destination. Finally, his feet brought him to a stop in front of a certain room. It was the sauna.
It was the bathroom.
The library?
It was the NC-17 room.
Come on, let's go in.
To the NC-17 room.
Sup, dude? There are no clues there. We need to check elsewhere.
What?
What's going on here?
Okay, all right.
There are no clues there. Can I talk to you? Is the evidence that proves it was Genocide Jack really in the library? Don't make me say it again.
Are you gonna say what?
That the evidence is here? We still haven't been in this door, have we?
That's the door to get out, isn't it?
No, you hit B to get out.
Oh.
If I remember, on the other side of this door. It's the archive, right? Hurry up and go inside. Oh, here?
Let's go.
It'll all make sense once you're inside.
Phrasing.
It makes more sense.
And it makes more sense now.
And it feels better.
Oh,
whoa! There's so many books and files. And so much dust, too!
So in other words,
I would say there's enough value in this place to endure the dust.
Okay.
Thank you for narrowing that down. There's a wooden box. It's empty. Good talk. Although, judging by the smudges in the dust, it looks like there was something inside. I wonder what it was. There was an extension cord plugged in there. It proved very useful while I was in the library. An extension cord, huh? Was it one of those thick white ones that just goes for days? Huh? It's a desk lamp. Oh yeah. It's the same one I saw Byakuya using in the library before. It was still on the desk.
Still plugged in. What? Right?
Do you have a problem with that lamp? It was here before, then I moved it over there. It's too dark over there, so I thought to put it to good use.
Nice.
I got a nice coin.
So I've been kicking around like ideas and like keep on going, but I always wondered like, what would it be like to make a live action version of this game? Like we've seen,
Difficult.
100%. But like we've seen the shitty Attack on Titan. Netflix is going nuts with their like anime to live action.
Because that's a good idea.
And no, I'm not saying it's a good idea, but I'm like, I kind of want to see it. Is that weird? Like I kind of want to see what it'd be like to make this into a live action show. I know I'm gonna get blasted on, like comments are gonna hate me for that one. And I also want to be the voice of Monokuma, but that's beside the point.
Right.
That's
the real reason John wants to do all this.
Oh yeah, I would 100%. I love Monokuma, but I've been thinking about like logistically how you would put this together, and it baffles my mind. Just don't give it to Warner Brothers. Oh!
Whoa! This shelf is stuffed tight with files.
Super tight.
Without really thinking about it, I picked one at random. Ah, you had a sharp eye indeed to select that file. Huh? That is a report on a presidential assassination. The original is kept at the National Library.
Objection!
It won't be declassified for another 30 years. Are you sure you want to look at it now? There's no telling whose crosshairs you might wind up in for peeking at it.
It's just you and me, dude.
Without making a sound, I returned the file to the shelf.
All it just says is JFK, and you're like, let's put that back.
Just JK. Wait, there's no monitor in here, but there is a camera.
Okay, so the mastermind would be able to see who
Yes.
we found out who on the grassy knoll.
Yes. There's even a surveillance camera here. Okay. There's so many files stuffed onto the shelf. What's in all those things?
That's enough.
Those documents are dangerous. Dangerous? They detail all the people who control the world from behind the scenes. Dangerous truths for a commoner.
The lizard people.
You mean like members of the Diet or something?
Members of the Diet?
It's the ruling class in Japan.
Oh, okay.
Or
okay.
I think it's like Congress. Like it's that level in
That
the
level.
government.
Okay. I was like, what?
No, I mean the ones with real power. The secret council controlling everything from the shadows.
The court of owls.
The Council of Dan. From Umbrella Academy.
Oh yeah.
I think it was something like that. I don't remember what it was called.
What's the Council of 10?
It might have been 12.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm like, what number was that? Or was it just the council?
I don't remember.
I don't either.
If you're ready to be disappeared for it, take a look. There are some very interesting people in there.
Like General Zod.
You're kidding, right? Am I? I'll just let it go for now. I don't need to know that badly.
Oh, come on. Oops.
Yeah, little technical snafu. Nothing bad. There's a ton of thick files stuffed into the bookshelf. If you're thinking of looking through any of them, let me give you a little warning. Those things are filled with graphic, disturbing photos from all kinds of crime scenes. It's the kind of thing any normal person wouldn't ever want to look at. Be careful. Huh? What do you mean? All those files there are investigation reports related to different cold cases. Those are internal documents for police eyes only. They're not the kind of thing you'd expect to leak. Oh? So, are you finally beginning to understand the splendor of this library? The entire reason I was interested in this library is because of this room right here. It's home to classified government documents, police records, things no ordinary person would ever see. Isn't it magnifique?
Oh my god.
This can't be for real, right?
Such ignorance.
That's your guys' problem. Anything that doesn't fit into your preconceived reality, you label it a lie. Well, it's not just that. It's just... It's not like I totally refuse to believe it. But... I mean... There's just so much. How could anyone have put all this together? I suppose it goes to show just how much power Upspeak truly wields. Or perhaps the mastermind may have wanted to provide us with enough entertainment to keep us from getting bored.
But you just told us not to look, or if we wanted to look at something wrong, like Crosshair shit lists up to wazoo. So is it entertainment or
It's entertainment for Byakuya.
for Byakuya? Yeah, and crime scene photos, gnarly.
I believe it. It's not something that I want to see.
Developing them, just
Yeah,
whoo. You see some shit, it stays with you.
I believe it.
I have not worked at CVS in 8 years, 8 years ish. Whew. And I still remember some of the scenes from a private investigator and that would come in and ask, and I was like, yeah, that's fine. I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
And I would develop them, and oh boy.
Yeah.
I was like, he warned me. I'm like, that's fine. I'll take care of it because I didn't want to mess with anyone else. And
Yeah, that's fair.
it sticks with you, man.
Yeah.
Anytime anyone says crime scene photos, it triggers, and I'm like, yep.
I believe it.
I remember about 5 of them that just
Yeah.
retina burning.
Oof. Oh. It's no use. I can't keep up with all this. It's just too unreal.
Like being stuck in a high school, killing each other, unreal. Gotcha.
Yes, basically.
Gotcha.
I'm glad you understand.
I think I do.
What's wrong? You still can't believe it? What about you? How can you believe it so easily? Things like that are usually impossible. What do you mean, usually? Usual, normal, ordinary, simple. Those things don't exist anywhere in the real world. If you don't understand what they actually represent, you don't understand the nature of anything. You don't pull your punches, do you? Besides, what you consider usual is based on your common sense, right? But what makes you think your own common sense applies to me at all? The documents gathered here are genuine. I have reviewed them multiple times, so there is no doubt.
Byakuya, you're the kind of guy in college who likes drip coffee while you're wearing a scarf around your neck but still wearing shorts and going to Smash Poetry and you're getting your degree, a master's degree in like philosophy, aren't you?
I need you to back up there.
Yeah?
Not drip coffee,
Why?
because that's too basic. Has to be French press.
Pour over coffee.
Pour over coffee.
I'll
There
go
we
with
go.
pour
There it
over
is.
coffee then.
Pour over.
And I meant to say like drip coffee. I always get this drip coffee is normal coffee. Pour
Yes.
over coffee is what I meant to say.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're that like tool that has probably a vape, which actually I guess are now illegal or pretty close to illegal, and or just walking around and like just. Actually, you know what? You know who you remind me of, Makoto? And I know this is gonna be so dumb.
Byakuya,
And
you mean?
what? Or
Byakuya?
Byakuya. You know who you remind me of?
Who's
you
that?
remind me of Daryl from How I Met Your Mother, the Mother's Band lead singer.
Yeah.
That's exactly who you remind me of.
I'm gonna say this, and I think that you're gonna agree with me.
Yeah.
Byakuya is like the quintessential millennial that when people say, ugh, millennials,
Yes.
like this is what they're picturing.
This is the perfect
This
picture.
is what they're picturing.
Yes.
Not what actual people
Yeah.
are. But this is the stereotype in the picture.
And don't get me wrong, I'm calling this shit out. I remember being like this.
Oh yeah.
We were all effing assholes.
But let's be honest, that is not just the millennial
That's just the
generation.
millennial.
That is
I
everybody.
know a couple people like this, and I'm just
Yeah?
like, oh my sweet summer child, I cannot wait. I cannot wait for life to
give it some time.
come and just bitch slap the hell out of you, and
Yeah.
it's gonna be great to watch.
Oh, absolutely. It's going to be fantastic. Hold on a second. You're saying you've read all these documents, and more than once. But all this has to be like top secret, confidential stuff, right? So why? My family has a reading room just like this at our home. Ours is bigger, of course,
Yeah,
and not as dusty.
we're not comparing sizes right now. Don't worry about it.
Huh? Members of the Togami family have access to any variety of government-related documents. That includes foreign powers as well as domestic. How is that possible? I already told you, it's a secret council that controls the world from the shadows.
They call it the Shadow Council.
My family is a member of that Shadow Council.
We're working on a better name.
And I have within me the bloodlines that will allow me to one day bend the world to my will. But to become such a ruler, I must know all levels of this world, backwards and forwards. So whenever I have time, I like to review whatever documents and materials that interest me. Which is why I can proclaim without a doubt that the materials gathered here are the real thing. This is beyond believing or not believing. Byakuya is actually starting to scare me more than the actual mastermind. And what always interested me the most were the cold case police investigation reports. Reading through those reports has always been a hobby of mine ever since I was little.
Mom and Dad would put me to bed while they were reading me the Jean-Benet Ramsey case.
Oh God. It's excellent mental exercise. I've solved more than a few of those cases just by reviewing the reports. And among all those reports, one of my recent favorites
When Timmy fell down the well.
is the Genocide Jack.
Shit.
As he talked, Byakuya grabbed a specific file from the shelf. This is the complete case file. Every single report surrounding the Genocide Jack cases has been compiled in here. There are so many. Allow me to quickly summarize the main points.
She crazy. He crazy. They crazy.
Yes.
Done.
To begin, there are two notable characteristics in every Genocide Jack murder. The first characteristic is that at every crime scene, the word bloodlust is written in the victim's own blood in very precise computer-generated font. And the second, it's like he has a stencil that he just takes with him, is that when the victims are murdered, their bodies are suspended in a certain way. Bloodlust is written in blood, and the victim's body is suspended. It's exactly the same as what happened to Chihiro.
And the third is Genocide Jack leaves a Jack in the box. That is how we know. We call him Jack.
And that's the part that really terrifies John.
Yeah, that actually is the part that terrifies me. Screw Jack in the boxes, man.
Save your surprise. The best part is yet to come.
I am Genocide Jack. Shit.
For the second characteristic, where the victims are suspended,
They T-pose.
the only ones who knew about that particular fact were members of the police and other higher-ups. By all accounts, nobody in the media ever found out. Huh? In other words, no one on the news, no one online, nobody knew about that aspect of each crime. Only key officials and the killer himself knew about this act of mounting the victim.
I don't like how you said that.
Me neither.
That is not.
I regret that.
I'm sure you do. That ranks right up there with moist.
Moist is not that bad of a word.
I don't think moist is that bad, but like mounting.
Yeah.
Mounting.
Now, if you recall Chihiro's
Mounted
corpse.
corpse.
Mounted corpse. Her body was most certainly mounted in this fashion. There we go. I'm just gonna turn into it.
Do it.
Might as well. So, how could the killer have known about suspending the victim? That is the key question.
That is the mounting question.
But in fact, the answer is quite simple. The culprit isn't a copycat killer. It's the real Genocide Jack.
Shut your hole. He slapped
Shut
you.
up! That is right there is the evidence that Genocide Jack has hidden himself among the rest of us. Then, Genocide Jack really is such a brutal, fiendish killer. Or friendish kill? Is really walking around among us?
Sus. Sussy baka.
Things are really starting to get interesting. N'est-ce pas? Someone here is a sussy baka.
Ooh, do it again.
It's so weird. I never imagined a killer with such a reputation would ever become part of our little game. Such a sussy baka.
Makes it better in the French French accent. This is what makes it good.
Speaking Japanese with a French accent. It happens.
Welcome to CouchCapades.
That's what we're here for. Now, don't you think it would be good for you to take a look at what I've already seen? You might just manage to ferret out a clue or two.
Go on.
If you get down on your knees and beg, I might even show you myself. I am French.
Oh my. Dirty.
Let's see. Do I need to look at this?
So
No.
much phrasing.
Yeah. Internal documents. I guess I have to talk to him again because
Either him again, or is there another set of files that we've missed?
no.
I think it is him. Okay.
I think it's him. I think because I had a side thing that I had to go through.
Oh, that's right. You're right. Yep.
Could you let me see it? Oh, sorry. Byakuya. Look.
I want you to get down on your
Look.
knees and beg, and then maybe I'll let you see it.
About that Genocide Jack case file. Could you let me see it?
Fine.
Well, you didn't beg. But I guess it's okay this time.
Oh my god.
If you get down on your knees.
Get down on your knees.
I regret that.
Get down on your knees and tell me you love me.
Get on your knees and tell me who I am. I'm sorry. I take that back.
Look, with the wrap around Byakuya's chest, it's not far flung
Right.
from thinking that wouldn't mind something that starts with a B.
Feel free to look at it in here. But you can't take it with you.
Ends in a SM. Put the middle. It's so huge!
Oh, God.
I love how someone put this damn book together and welcome to the murder cases of Genocide Jack. If you look at page number 7, there's beautiful artwork put through. This is a scrapbook, which I know that's kind of what these cases are,
Yeah.
but also top secrets.
Huh.
What up?
What side of the book is the title on?
It's on the right side. Yeah.
Kept it with the Japanese there.
Yep.
Granted, that's got the better lighting, and
Yeah.
it's not right behind the text and
And I
everything.
read the text, and we're not comparing sizes, but whatever.
Byakuya handed me the file.
That's what the kids are calling it these days.
And I flipped through it
That's just its own thing.
with tense, nervous fingers.
Happens the first time.
Suddenly, my hand stopped. I had reached the page where photos from the scene of each crime had all been collected. Dang.
Damn.
The names of Genocide Jack's victims ran on for several pages. Ken Harada, 32. Tetsuhiro Honda, 17. Soji Gaku, 23. Kano Issei, 14. Takeshi Yoshida, 30. Komatsune Taro, Takefumi Gono, Uchida Naohisha, Takeshi Masamune, Yumejima. There was no end to it.
I'm impressed.
Doing the best I can.
am very
I'm
impressed.
sure I'm still mispronouncing some of them, and I'm sorry.
But one thing became perfectly clear as I read. All of the killer's countless victims were killed and suspended in exactly the same way.
The murder victim suffered multiple stab wounds across his body, believed to have been inflicted with the same scissors that were later used to attach the victim to the wall.
And that's what it says multiple times.
Yep.
And at the scene of every murder, the word bloodlust was left in the victim's own blood.
Now, take a look at the next page, and you'll find another interesting tidbit. The next page. New horrors!
Profiling results. All of the crimes took place either on weekdays at night or during holidays, either day or night. The most common time for the killings to take place was on holidays, in the afternoon.
Ballsy.
Based on these facts, it could be suggested that the suspect may be a student, or maybe just a normal-ass adult who works a full-time job. It's hard to say.
Look, sometimes you just gotta let a little anger out during lunch. Red rum happens.
I don't think that's the message we should be giving people.
Probably not.
Evidence suggests that the suspect lingered at the scene, but when they did leave, they were in a panic. Because an eyewitness has never come forward, it's unlikely there was any external reason for this. This confused behavior suggests
that the suspect may potentially suffer from dissociative identity disorder. DID for short. So if you hear us referring to it as DID,
Yeah.
that's what we're talking about.
the key point here is that the culprit may well have a split personality. A split personality? Like the kind of thing you see on TV?
Split was a good movie.
So I'm part of another totally unbelievable story. Almost as unbelievable as someone sealing off a high school from the outside world and making us kill each other. It's like they put a cast together. But this one is way more unbelievable than anything else up till now. You good over here?
I'm great.
You sure?
Yes, I am.
I say stuff and you just like silently lose it, so I gotta check
I'm
on
good.
you.
I'm good, yes.
Or maybe it really isn't. I don't know. I feel like my mind has gone numb. I'm a little overwhelmed. My brain is full.
I need a tea. A hot stuffed bear. What? Do you know what? I don't even know what I was trying to say. Genocide Jack case file has been added to the Truth Bullets section of your handbook.
Hot stuffed bear. Okay.
Isn't there a thing where like it's kind of like, and I think Finn or our buddy Finn would be able to kind of
Not to name drop or anything.
not to name drop, but I mean, that's fine.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, I'm sure he will never watch this, so it doesn't
No.
matter. But like, I remember when we were doing the podcast a while back, a long time ago now. He had like one of those hot water bottle things or hot water sacks. Don't people like put them in like stuffed animals to keep and they have like a warm stuffed animal, and like you can fall asleep on them with them?
Maybe.
I could have swore that was a thing. Maybe I'm insane.
I mean, there's a good chance.
Maybe I just invented something that we don't have, and I should make millions.
I know that sometimes you can actually get a stuffed animal that's like stuffed with rice or something else that you can heat up, and you can just microwave it for a little bit and then have a nice warm stuffed plush.
That sounds nice. Maybe not right now because it's 110 in Texas. But
Right.
when it
Not
drops
right
to
now.
like 20, then maybe I'll look at that.
It's like 50 for me. All right. We should get going soon.
Huh? Where are we going?
Anywhere but here. We've finished our business here, haven't we?
Have we?
Wait. Byakuya!
As usual, Byakuya turned and left without another word. I hurried out of the library to catch up. Where will I end up next? Well, this is where we part ways. I have some things I need to take care of before the class trial.
Huh? Just all of a sudden, like that?
Come on! Enough of your annoying misapprehensions! Did you really think we'd be together this whole time? Oh, spare me. Take responsibility for yourself and do something useful. Move the investigation forward on your own. I'm gonna go read. Well, goodbye. And just like that, he was gone. Just as quickly as he'd asked me to join him, he'd cut me off. In the end, I felt like I was just some plaything, getting tossed around. At the same time, I'd uncovered some really important clues thanks to him. Genocide Jack. He's the one that killed Chihiro. And that murderous fiend is one of us.
One of us. One of us. One of us. One of us. We will. We will. Oh, I'm sorry, what? I just got into it.
But who is he? I have to find that out, no matter what it takes. And to do that, there's somewhere I have to go. There's somewhere I have to go investigate one more time.
The bathroom, because I had a burrito.
I have to go back to the crime scene, the girls' locker room. I should check out the boys' locker room too. And the others might have come up with some info I might find useful while I'm at it. I should talk to people. I need to find out everything that I can.
Oh, I thought you were gonna like start running. Guys!
This is so hard to do without the other stick. I was trying to run. I was holding down the wrong button.
Oh. Oh God! Hey, Fumi.
Look, John gets to voice a character.
Look, this episode's gone on for 43 minutes, and this is the first character I get to voice.
Let's not forget all the time in the last episode.
That's true, yeah. Ding, ding, ding! Hifumi has discovered evidence revealing the identity of the culprit.
Did you?
Another stat increase for me.
Good job.
Evidence. What did you find?
I cannot reveal that just yet,
How do you know it's evidence?
but I guarantee that what I found will steal the killer's breath from his lungs.
Are you sure about that?
Oh yeah! Miss Ludenberg said she witnessed something worthwhile too.
Really? What did she see?
She refused to tell me. It's like when a girl bullies the boy she likes, right? Right?
No. Okay, so where is Celeste now?
The warehouse by the dorms. She was there, but at the same time, not there.
What?
What's it gonna be?
Okay.
Thanks.
Let's go look at the.
Fumi?
Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure, Fumi. Always a pleasure.
Oh God, they're all
Oh
still
man,
here.
we're all still hanging out. All right.
Let's start with her. Hey, Kyoko! Have you made any progress on your investigation? Generally speaking. But I have to get going. I have something unrelated to take care of. Something besides the investigation? What is it!
Wow.
Nothing you need to worry about. Just concentrate on the murder. There. There's a good boy. You're such a good dog. I mean, boy. But.
Sorry.
But before I go, let me give you one piece of advice. You should examine Chihiro's body one more time. Thoroughly. Very thoroughly.
Okay.
Also, her handbook is missing. You might want to determine its whereabouts.
Goodbye.
That's it. I'll be praying for your success.
With that, Kyoko turned and left the girls' locker room.
I guess I'll take another look at the body then.
And Chihiro's handbook is missing. That's definitely worth worrying about.
Nice. Chihiro's e-handbook has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook.
Yes. Let's talk to people.
Chihiro's presence here was especially weak. Her body and her soul.
That's just mean.
Damn. To target such a helpless being, it's unforgivable. What a wretched beast to do such a thing. I cannot forgive this. Chihiro!
You know, yeah, I'm good with that. Okay, let's look at the body.
Kyoko said I should examine the body one more time.
I know she said thoroughly, but I do have my limits. Well, I'd better give it a shot. Anyway, let's see.
Chihiro's hands are bound with what looks like some kind of rope. The rope was used to prop her up in some kind of T-pose. Huh? This rope has a lug? Wait, so then, this isn't a rope at all! But the more I think about it, the more that's not the only thing that concerns me. Chihiro's fatal injury was a blow to the head, which means someone struck her in the head in order to kill her. That's right, there's the issue of her being suspended and the fatal blow. At first, I didn't see any reason to think too much about either of them. But seeing them again after looking through the Genocide Jack file, something's not quite right.
Damn, I just registered one of those guys had the scissors like through the back of it, like the very top of his head.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, Genocide Jack does not play.
Holy shit.
What does this all mean?
Nice. Status of the dead body has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook.
Thanks.
Well, the one thing most likely to tie all these mysteries together is the true nature of the rope that was used to suspend Chihiro. And to figure that out, there's a certain place I need to revisit to look over again. Plus, it might help to look at the Genocide Jack case file one more time.
Can you look at it again, or will it go through the same steps?
What?
Can you, Chihira's body? Yeah.
Let's see. Looks like some kind of rope. Not the only thing that concerns me.
Okay.
Okay. Didn't see any reason.
Okay, I just didn't know, like...
Yeah. What does it mean?
My bad.
All good. I wasn't sure either.
Is Bappy McGee?
Flat Butt McGee?
Flat Butt McGee?
I think we looked at this earlier. What is the most noteworthy part?
But the big-breasted swimsuit model is pretty noticeable too. A girl's locker room doesn't seem like the kind of place you'd find something like this.
Oh, let's talk to Trill Voice.
Dude had a real complex about being weak.
Yeah?
You heard Chihiro talk about it, right? All I need to do is get stronger.
Yeah, I do remember. She said that more than once.
Sure did, which I guess explains the trip down here.
But did she really need to get stronger that badly? you already mentioned it, but she was a girl. After all, most girls aren't all that strong.
That's right, we did read this.
Yeah.
I know, man. Haven't really thought about that stuff.
Yeah, but you needed a chance to say stuff. Okay. Yes. And let's go check out the boys' locker room. Since Byakuya wouldn't let me.
Douche.
Seriously. Wait.
Who's Tornado?
I don't know.
Wait.
What is
what?
that? Okay. Let's be methodical and maybe hit the right button. Yeah, I don't care about that.
Yeah, don't care.
Well, no, I'm just trying to make sure if there's anything else that I need to look at, like the lockers or whatnot.
Okay.
There's a strange stain on the carpet. What is it?
Nice. Boys' locker room carpet has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook.
Okay.
Ride me like a hurricane.
Huh. This poster. It's a popular boy band called Tornado. Somehow, it doesn't quite seem to fit the boys' locker room. Oh, but wait. That reminds me. The poster in the other locker room is... That's right. There's definitely something strange about this. In the boys' locker room, there's a poster of a popular boy band. In the girls' locker room, there's a poster of a big-breasted swimsuit model. Could the posters have been switched? But if they were, why? What reason would anyone have?
Maybe I should talk to someone who knows a little more about the locker rooms.
Nice. 2 locker room posters have been added to the Truth Bullet section of your e-handbook. Hello and thank you. The Truth Bullet section has been updated. I wanted to do that voice, but there's a rhythm to that I'm like, I slows down and I'm like, I'll just do whatever.
No, I understand that. It just gets to be a little much sometimes.
It's okay, sometimes I regret giving Byakuya such a slow pace every now and then.
Oh, you're
But
fine.
I'm just like, it adds to his gravitas.
It does, actually.
We gotta talk to somebody who knows more about the locker rooms.
Yeah.
So let's check. You spend a lot of time exercising in the girls' locker room, right, Sakura?
I've used it nearly every day since it opened up. Sometimes Hina and I use it together.
Okay then, let me ask you something. Do you think the posters in the boys and girls locker rooms could have been switched?
Sorry, I can't really say. I never really paid any attention to the posters.
I see.
But there is something that has been bothering me about the locker room. You see, I like to drink a little protein coffee every time I finish exercising.
Right? We have protein coffee.
In the warehouse. It's not the highest quality, but I don't have a lot of other options.
There.
I mix protein powder with coffee and down a glass of it after exercising. Anyway, the other day, I spilled some on the carpet in the girls' locker room, and it left a stain.
A stain? But I don't see any stain on the carpet now. I only see blood.
Exactly. I noticed it earlier. The stain has disappeared. I can only assume someone came along and cleaned it up.
I don't think that was Monokuma.
But still, isn't it unusually clean? As if there's never a stain here to begin with.
So we're ignoring the blood.
Nice!
Okay.
Disappearing stain has been added to the Truth Bullets section of your handbook.
Sweet. Okay.
So do we need to go talk to Celeste?
We need to talk to Celeste, and we also need to check out the library again.
Okay.
So let's see where people are. See, we've already checked there.
Do you think we should go talk to Hina real fast about, because she's been working out too? Would she have noticed the locker room posters?
Possibly. So yeah,
I'm trying to figure out, like, should we finish up here on this floor first and then go to the dorms?
Sure.
So we'll just go to the library real fast. Since it's like right around the corner. It's easier said than done.
I believe it.
Okay, check this out. The thick layer of dust on top of the desk. Maybe there's some kind of clue here. Guess not.
Oh, wait.
Okay.
Huh, okay.
Okay, I think there is something about the light. So let's see if I can hit that. Huh? The lamp won't turn on. Oh, I see. It's not plugged in. The lamp's cord isn't long enough to reach the outlet from here. But last time I saw it, it was definitely on. And it was definitely right here. Oh, that's right. Byakuya was using an extension cord. It's like extension cords have plugs. But there's no extension cord here now. I wonder if...
Nice. Library desk lamp has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
And I think it's just looking at the file.
Yeah.
And the files were over here
I think so, yeah.
for the murder cases. I want to take another look at Genocide Jack's case file.
I know it was around here. Somewhere. Fred. Huh? It's gone?
Did someone take it out of the archive? But the only one who would do something like that. I can't think of anyone but Byakuya.
Really?
You son of a bitch!
Really? No one?
Jacques.
Actually, let's go ahead and head to... Okay, so we've looked at both of those. So I think we're good to go to the dorms. Should we start with Hina?
Yeah, let's start with Hina real fast.
Oh, come on. It just glides right off. Like, you don't hit a wall and stop. You hit a wall and glide.
Nice.
It's not always
Slide right off the wall.
Oh, Hina! How's Toko doing? Same as before. She won't come out and she just keeps on mumbling something about Genocide Jack. So I just left her there. You left her? My head was all swimmy and I was getting pretty hungry. Oh, but don't worry. I'm gonna head back as soon as I'm done eating. I just need a donut. Toko's not exactly pleasant, but I'm still worried about her. Speaking of which, what are you eating? A donut, of course!
Called it!
Yes!
I
Hina,
got this donut from the best place you could ever imagine.
where's that, Hina?
I got it from Patrice and Patricia's Donut Mounds, where you can get them and squish them.
Why? You know what? You squish those donuts, Hina.
Of course.
There's two things I'm sure God created: outer space and donuts.
Hina,
Look at my tiny hands.
stay perfect.
Please.
Just stay perfect.
Stay perfect, Hina.
Really? I bet Chihiro would have liked to eat more donuts. Maybe that was her one big regret.
I love you, Hina.
Stay perfect, Hina.
Oh, I should have tried to spend more time with her. Come to think of it, who did she spend time with? Yeah, she was a little bit strange. Didn't hang out with the other girls much. It was like she was trying to keep her distance from us. Actually, Sakura said something similar. She said that even though you and her invited Chihiro to exercise with you, she always refused. Yep, it's true. And it wasn't just us either. Just like she stayed away From all the girls. Even Kyoko tries to avoid us as much as she can. I kind of try to avoid Toko, so I can't really say one way or the other with her. Was she just shy? I don't know. She talked to the boys all the time. Isn't it kind of weird to be shy around your own sex, but totally fine with the opposite sex? No?
No, it was easier for me to talk to girls than guys. I always had more girlfriends than guy friends.
That's fair.
Yeah, literally, I always had more girlfriends than guy friends.
It's a thing.
It is, yeah.
Oh, wait, maybe she was used to guys spoiling her. The law says you can't judge a book by its cover, right?
Stay perfect, Tina.
Tina, you make my head hurt sometimes. You think so? I never really saw her as that kind of girl.
Nice. Always account has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
By the way, you've gotten really good at saying all their names. Good job.
Yeah, look, I could never remember how to say Awe.
Yeah.
Byakuya was always hard for me.
That one was the worst.
Because I could never do it.
Hilarious.
I just gave up and started calling her Byakuya until finally you and I would sit down. It was 5 minutes of you just going Byakuya, and I just kind of had to mimic you like Byakuya. And now Celeste Lutenberg.
Yeah.
Hifumi, oh shit, I don't even remember what Hifumi's last name is.
Oh, I'm blanking out on it. But yeah.
Celeste, what are you doing here? This warehouse is plumb amazing. It has absolutely everything one might need to live a full life.
With our Lord and Savior.
He will destroy us all. From food, to clothes, to towels. There's an endless supply to choose from. Even a sacred text to our Lord and Savior Cthulhu. He will destroy us all. I see that, but have you found anything related to the case?
I swear to God.
Seriously,
I swear.
I say things and John just silently loses his shit, and then I start laughing because of that.
I swear to God, I'm you know what, F it, I might hire an artist just to have to draw Celeste holding a baby Cthulhu going, you will destroy us all.
He will destroy us all.
I knew you were gonna ask me that.
What do we ask her? I'm sorry.
If I have not found nothing related to the case, I thought talking about the warehouse itself might misdirect you, but I see it was pointless. Then you did find something. Very well. I will tell you and only you. Last night, I saw her here. She was right here. Chihiro was in the warehouse. What? Really? This was right before nighttime. What are you doing out this late, little girl? You should be in bed. I was just... Are you planning to go exercise, perhaps? What? How did you know?
Because I can see a blue track jacket.
Because I can see a blue track jacket sticking out of that duffel bag you're carrying.
Oh, you're right.
Oh, you're right. Thanks.
Well, I'd better get going.
Well,
I'm kind of in a hurry.
I'd better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry. Fred. She stuffed the jacket down in her bag. She was just gobsmacked. She had to hurry on out of here.
Gobsmacked?
She was gobsmacked that the jacket was out of the bag.
Okay.
She wasn't expecting it. She was gobsmacked.
I don't.
It's a real word.
Is it really a word?
It's a real word.
No shit. Oh, okay, keep on going. I'm just along for the ride again. I'm not going to be talking for the rest of the episode.
G-O-B.
Okay, hold up.
Smacked.
G-O-B.
It was like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
Utterly astounded. Oh, I'll be damned.
Gobsmacked.
John-
She done got smacked in her gob.
Watch out, you're gonna get smacked in that gal.
I assume she was merely stocking up to go exercise in the morning, but it would appear she ignored the nighttime rule and headed directly to the girls' locker room. Guys, it is not a rule, it's an agreement. If she hadn't broken our rule, none of this ever would have happened.
More like a guideline.
You get what you deserve, I suppose.
So apparently,
Damn, Celeste.
she went to the girls' locker room late at night in order to exercise without anyone knowing. But the strange thing is, there was no trace of the track jacket or duffel bag Celeste said she saw Chihiro carrying. Chihiro wasn't even wearing the jacket,
Correct.
which would mean the killer would have gotten rid of it somehow.
Nice. Celeste's account has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook.
That's hard to say. Celeste's account.
Celeste's account.
Yep.
Oh.
I thought I still needed to talk to people.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
All right.
Here we go.
I'm getting tired of waiting. Shall we just plunge right in? It's the moment you've all been waiting for. The class trial. You remember where to meet, right?
Maybe.
Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school.
Oh, look, you told us.
See you soon.
Begin the class trial or...
It's about to begin.
The red door is right through here.
I mean, it's right there, Makoto.
Fred.
And I guess we'll go through it next time.
Sounds good to me.
Goodbye.
Bye. Would you like to become a card-carrying member of the Cult of Cthulhu? To become a card-carrying member of the Cult of Cthulhu, make sure you subscribe and you like this video and you watch the others.
I mean,
that's how you join the Cult of Cthulhu.
But I'm scared of Cthulhu.
That's okay. He's going to destroy you anyway.